Ba-ding, ba-ding. Sorry I'm late. I was trying to get the stream started, but then I realized I didn't have... I wanted warm coffee. Oh, God. So I had to go brew it. We're gonna just jump straight in here. Okay, chat is working. Now, normally... And oops. This is the part of the show where I just do a catch-up chat for the first few minutes of stream, and then we get right into it. However, I'm realizing that doesn't actually work for the way I stream. Just remembered I had the text up. So I will be moving the discussion, just chatting bit of the video. I'll be moving that to either the end, or if I'm having like a lunch break or something. Which... Oh, my cat walked in. Anyway. Let's get on with it. Actually, I'm gonna start with Line Stripe since he's on his own layer. I don't know how many pages I'm gonna do today. Probably at least 2. But we'll see how long the backgrounds take for each of them. Because the flatting doesn't take long at all. But it is very simple, so I include it in the streams. This is usually also the part of the stream where I just sit here in awkward silence because I am working and I can't carry a conversation by myself despite talking to myself all the damn time. I hate the stigma. Okay, conversation starters. I hate the stigma against talking to yourself. Some people just need to hear things out loud in order to properly process it. Like me, I'm an auditory learner. I need to hear things out loud in order for it to like mean something to me. So when people say, oh, if you keep talking to yourself, people will think you're crazy. It's like, when and where and how and why? Was it the colonists that came up with that? Because only people who fear witches and women who read would think people talking to themselves is odd. Unsociable. Unsociable, me. Preposterous. So yeah. Hot take, I think talking to yourself is not a sign of insanity. Besides, people already think I'm crazy for liking shows and properties that have a target audience of children, even though My Little Pony Generation 5 and Transformers both slap. Like, we're ignoring golden, beautiful content just because it was for children. You are missing out on one of the best adaptations of the Nutcracker or Princess and the Pauper if you ignore the Barbie movies. Literally, the Barbie in a Nutcracker is the best film adaptation of the ballet. It legitimately is. They made that kind of nothing story. Because if you read the original story of the Nutcracker, like, nothing happens. It's literally a nothing burger. But then if you take Barbie's the Nutcracker, they made it into an epic tale. My mic is on, okay. Oh, God. Panic! I'm kind of upset that the Barbie movies didn't do Le Corsair. Le Corsair? Is it? Yeah, it's Le Corsair, right? I thought... Because it's all French and whatnot, so growing up I thought it was Lake Corsair. Like, Lake Pirate. But no, it is just The Pirate. So, okay. Different. Anyway, Barbie didn't do an adaptation of that one, which I'm a little bit upset at, because they would have done a really good job with it. But they did do an adaptation of 12 Dancing Princesses, which was pretty cool. Okay. Okay, that's all his white, and now his stripes. Speaking of getting teased for watching children's programs, I started rewatching Transformers Armada. Because I found it all free on YouTube, which is amazing! Anyway, I remember watching that in the 7th grade, which is like the age of the main character, so my target demographic. I remember watching that show. And I also remember being teased for it, because I just really like Transformers. I was teased for liking Transformers. It's like, oh, heaven forbid I liked something. So anytime I watch Armada, I'm like, oh, I feel so nostalgic because I used to watch this when I was a kid, but then there's like a bittersweet, it's bittersweet because then I also remember all the teasing and the harassing and the teasing that I didn't realize was teasing because I was just so lonely and starved for any sort of conversation, so I just responded. Even though, because I was just too dumb to recognize that they were making fun of me. I don't know where half of those people are today, but I'm pretty sure some of them are married and with kids. So I'm just, well, if we ever meet again, I'm gonna ask your kids who their favorite Sonic the Hedgehog character is, and they're gonna like me more than they like you. So, meh. Oh, that's so petty. Growing up and maturing is just coming to terms with the fact that you are petty. And there's nothing explicitly wrong with being petty. And it all depends on how far you're willing to take it. And honestly, sometimes it feels good to be petty. Sure, you're not like actually getting your licks in. But my goodness, does it feel it just feels nice sometimes to be petty. Sometimes. Don't do it all the time. I'm still coming to terms with the fact that, yeah, I was pretty petty back in the day. With some of the things that I felt towards other characters or other people. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that was me being unreasonably petty. But when you're like, I can't think of a good example off the top of my head. It's like unjustified revenge, but you feel satisfaction exacting it. I don't know what the right word is, but like me saying like, oh, you made fun of me for liking children's shows, so when I talk to your children about their favorite TV shows and know what they're talking about, they're gonna think I'm more cool than you are. So there. Haha. Nah. I think that's being petty. That's not getting revenge, that's just being petty. Which I actually haven't talked to those people in literal years since I left that school, so they probably won't even care. Or even remember. But I remember. I remember. Anyway. Also, watching Transformers Armada again just makes me realize just how many frickin' translation errors there are. Oh, it's ridiculous how many just... They couldn't decide on what half the Minicons' names were. Because either Optimus Prime has this Minicon that's golden and has red eyes, and he is either Sparkplug, Leader 1, or Jumpstart or something like that. And then like the three main Minicons that worked with the kids are like, they transform and combine, and he is either Safeguard, Perceptor, and they even called him Leader 1 in an episode, so it's just, can you just not translate the characters correctly, god damn it. Hey EXO. How are you doing and how's it going? I was reminiscing about my junior high days for being made fun of for liking Transformers. And I'm also talking about the said Transformers show that they made fun of me for, which was Transformers Armada. The best anime ever. I say with 100% sarcasm. So I still enjoy the show. So what's not to like about Transformers? I see, that's what I couldn't wrap my head around, why they were making fun of me. In fact, back when I was a kid, I didn't realize they were making fun of me for liking Transformers. Because, back in my day, Transformers Prime hadn't come out yet. It was, and I was watching Armada, which had come out years prior, but I'd finally gotten my hands on it. And Transformers Animated hadn't come out at that moment in time either. So it was just the 80s and the Bayverse movies. Got my Dre. Oh, dates mixed since our clock is 9 hours ahead. Oh, okay. That's fine. So when I would say, oh, I love Transformers, they're like, oh, you mean like the movies? They're so cool. And I'm like, yeah, the movies are fine, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's like, well, what are you talking about? I'm talking about this. And I point to Armada, and they go, what the hell is this? It's like, it's anime. Okay. It's the only show I could find that I actually liked. Because the 80s was fine as well, but it just wasn't what I was into at the time. And I fully admit, Armada is kind of cringe. I mean, it's not cringe, it's just of its time. Kind of like the 80s show. Very of its time. And since the Transformers Armada and the Unicron trilogy, what they would call it, was originally made in Japan, so when they localized it for America, they rushed all the translations and the lip syncing to the point where there are long pauses between characters' dialogue because they didn't sync up the because you know in Japanese it takes a little bit longer to say things than it does in English. So when a character would finish their line in English, they would just be standing there for like a good 30 seconds afterward and then react to it. It's like, oh, they forgot to like sync it up to where the timing was all right, was all wrong. The timing was all wrong, and the mistranslations were absolutely hilarious. Characters' names were gotten wrong all the time. Not really the main characters, but just the mini-cons. Like, they did not even bother properly translating the mini-cons' names half the time. So it's like, in the same sentence, like, someone like Smokescreen, who I thought was Long Arm, but no, his name was Smokescreen. He's like, alright, lift door, it's time to power link. Let's show them what we got. Long Arm is like, what? No, his name's Liftor. What do you... Hi, cat. My cat's on the desk. What could they have possibly drew fun? Hey, Hawk. Why are you on my desk? Wait a minute, that... Alright. This shouldn't be there. Oh. Hey, Gold. I don't have a sprite for her yet, because she rarely comes in here anymore. Are you trying to get away from the kittens? We got 3 kittens that we took in, and they absolutely love hanging around Hawk. That's because they're also half-siblings, so there's that. Don't knock over my coffee, please. Alright, I gotta work. You can't keep bothering me. I mean, you can, but don't knock anything over, please. Yeah, I mean it. No, alright. No, don't walk behind my monitor. You're gonna unplug something. Come here. Come on, get. Don't unplug my monitor. Alright. They absolutely are. Will you... Alright, what? What do you want? Alright, I'll pet you. Usually she's outside by now, but it's kind of overcast and sprinkly. So she's begrudgingly inside and is making it my problem. No, don't go back there. If you unplug anything, I shave you. JK. Hawk, get out of there. Come on. Quit. Oh my god. Come here. Please don't break anything. Goodness. Just sit in the windowsill. Okay? That's fun. Kids. Alright, now did she push any buttons? Because she does that all the time. Alright, no buttons. Might working. Okay. Just broke multiple glasses. She hasn't broken anything like that yet, but the kittens did break some terracotta pots the other day. Which was fun. What were we talking about earlier? What you gonna do? Yep, yeah, what you gonna do? And they're sweet cats. I mean, I do like them, despite being more of a dog person. I do like the little babies, but my goodness. They love chewing on everything. You know, people say, oh, the puppies are gonna eat your slippers. It's like, I've never had a puppy once eat my shoes. That was always the cats. You know? I think the cats have caused more property damage than the dogs have. General Kenobi. My family were working in our garden. Father dropped 30 euros worth of paint. Oh no. Oh no. See, when my family does yard work, who's ever gonna drop anything, it's most likely gonna be me. Because I am the fumble fingers. I'm doing good, Phoenix. As the thumbnail suggests, I am highly caffeinated and also very sore because of all the yard work we're doing. My garden is coming along, though. My cucumbers, I think, aren't gonna make it. Unfortunately, I don't think my cucumbers are gonna make it, but the zucchini and tomatoes are coming along nicely, and I'm pretty sure the peppers are gonna be fine. I've never had a problem with growing peppers. Yeah, unfortunate. It's because we planted them too early. Because when we planted them, it was like 80, 90 degrees, which is what cucumbers like. They like that hot and wet weather. But now it is currently 62 degrees here, Fahrenheit, and overcast and cloudy and cold and windy. So they just... Psh. It's unfortunate. At least my apricots are doing okay. We got little apricot saplings that aren't going to be ready to bear fruit for at least another 5 years. But hey, at least they got plenty of leaves and they're growing nice and tall. Our raspberries are going to be a pain in the ass. Because like last year, our raspberry bushes, we had raspberries for... We had too many raspberries. For like 3 months, we were just out there every day picking new ones, like buckets full. And we only have like 8 plants. So we're like, oh my god, stop making raspberries! Same with the tomatoes. Oh my god, the tomatoes, we had tomatoes coming out our ears. They were so plentiful. And I'm not complaining. But I am complaining because they were cherry tomatoes. And I don't like cherry tomatoes all that much. I remember being like 6 and picking up so many raspberries. Yeah, it's funny. A long while ago, I made a joke to my mom saying, one day I want to be rich enough to buy raspberries whenever I want. Because in the store, raspberries are very expensive around here. But now, we got 8 raspberry bushes out there that give us plenty to last the year. If we're not just too busy eating them. Not complaining, but I am. We have an apple tree, which is not a problem until the birds go. Our apple tree died. A deer ate it. This was just this little guy. It was a wild apple tree. Despite being like the apple capital of the world, we don't have any apple trees. My uncle does. He has whole orchards. But sometimes he'll give us cherries and pears. Which we have yet to propagate. So what color am I making this? Flats are done! Wanna hear a dark humor joke? Lay it on me. Let's make this one slightly orange, because it is... Hang on, let's bring up the previous page. Because it is... So they're in camp now. Whoops, let me just turn off the text. There we go. What's the difference? Oh my god. What's the difference between an apple and an orchard? Oh, and an orphan? The apples are big! Oh god! Phoenix, no! The apple is picked! Phoenix, no! Is that it? Is that the punchline? Oh my... Oh god, I can't fucking breathe. God. Talia! Come here! I got a joke! I got a joke for you! Alright, I already had one. What's the difference between an apple and an orphan? What? The apple gets picked. Oh, it's fun. I can't. Ugh. Alright, no more. You're gonna kill me. Oh, I can't. Shit, I can't breathe. No, you did give me a warning, and I did say yes, so that's all on me. Oh, I can feel my face is red. Oh. Oh, God. Alright, space those out, man. Just, I'm gonna die. It came from 2 different people. Yeah, I was double teamed. The background for this frame is going to be more abstract because of the growing panic and because I don't want to spend 5 years drawing details on bushes. Because yesterday I did my first illustration, like legit full illustration I've done in a while, and oh my goy, the detail I put into that damn thing. It looked good. It turned out great. I am very proud of it. But holy crap, doing comics nearly full time has definitely upped my tolerance of working on backgrounds. It's been 10 years since I've seen my father. When I mess up, he'll take my hearing too. Waffles, I told you to stagger it, man. I can't take much more of that. Man, I'm dead. Oh, okay. We're telling dark jokes, CO. Welcome to the party. Oh my god. Guys! Elias, stop. There's literally a cat. Oh my god. No, you don't have to shut up, man. It's just... Ugh. I need breaks in between those dark humor jokes. I can't breathe. Baby, I'm deceased. Or diseased, that's what it is. Well, you know the old saying. Friendship is finding people with the same brain damage you have. I had my last exam. I'm finally free. Yay! You're a free man now. No longer a number. Woo! And into the world of taxes I go. Oh god, don't remind me. Just don't have an income. That way you don't have to pay taxes. There you go. Solves taxes. Just don't have an income. Or claim yourself as a non-profit charitable donation. Disclaimer, do not take any tax or money information from your local YouTube influencer because I am an idiot. The chat is like doubled. Hey? Hey! Chat box. Why are there 2 chat boxes? Yo! I don't know why it doubled on. Thanks for pointing that out, man. I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's what happened. I created a chat box, but then OBS updated and connected with Streamlabs, and then Streamlabs automatically added the other chat box on top. Oh, that's what happened. It's been like that for the past 3 streams. Why'd no one tell me? Whatever. It's fixed now, so we move on. I didn't want to. Oh, so I thought, you know. Yeah, well, it's fine. It's fine. Do warn me though if I like hit my button and I to drink coffee, or if my emotes get stuck. Let me know, because sometimes it doesn't register when I hit my emote buttons, and that annoys the hell out of me. Yeah, you're not backseat driving if you're warning me that something has malfunctioned. So you have my. Yeah, you were drinking for like 10 minutes. Oh god, I was so embarrassed. I was like, I'm gonna go die in a hole now and never wake up again. Chat, you have my permission to alert me of any malfunctions or glitches of the like. Like, my sister would, Talia, who's also a mod here that rarely shows up, will sometimes give me, like, a little code that lets me know that that's the wrong, yeah. Things I work in, she'll just say big sip to let me, because it's usually my coffee drinking, because I'll hit save, hit the coffee button, and then it'll save, and then when I hit like 0 to go back to base, it just doesn't register because the program is too busy saving. So that's the wrong color. Ba-ba-da-ba. You don't want, you need to drop your coffee mug on the table, pick up your pen. Oh my god. I like to move her steps and mess with her, she caught me. Things that moved, even things I didn't move. Have you seen those videos for like this, I hate to say about the blind guy, but that's all I know him as, and his husband would prank him by like moving his coffee mug like 3 inches to the right, but of course since he's blind he can't see it, so he's just patting the table like, where's my coffee mug? Usually I'm not into pranks, because some of them are just... It stems from me not liking being embarrassed. Like, I'm allergic to embarrassment, which is why cringe or embarrassment humor just does not land with me, because I think it's all terrible. Yes.
My favorite prank of his is when he adds more food onto his husband's plate, and he's always like, where's all this food coming from? It's so funny, because he'll just add like an olive. or he'll add like another thing, like he knows like, oh okay, he just ate a whatever, so I'm gonna add that back onto his plate. It's so funny. Yeah, I don't know his name either.
Why'd I put a detailed background here? Why did I do that to myself? It was just a 2-sentence horror. Guess you didn't get it, but okay, lol. I figured it was a 2-sentence horror thing because of the way it ended. But, yeah, I was just talking about pranks in general. Oh, no. Alright. What's the difference between a... I can't even say it. Between a pizza and a prisoner? I'm not sure I should acknowledge that punchline. Alright, that happened. I thought you were gonna make a jail rape joke, but no. Went straight there. I think you meant Holocaust survivor, but prisoner works too. Well, actually, no, they didn't survive. Yeah, shut up, you know what I meant. Why do I insist on putting so many damn details in the background? Why? Why do I do this to myself? Oh well. At least I'm having fun. There we go, that's an old classic one. It still misses me, but her aim is getting better. It's funny because marriage is terrible. Oh, where's the single pixel? There it is. And there. And also there. And why do I add so many spaces in between the lines? It makes bucket filling so difficult. Damn it. Thought it was... I've been to another stream and another creator, they thought I was a bot because of the weird questions I asked. Oh my god. I get it, to an extent, but I'm also weird, and so when I ask, it's like, random question, but blah-de-blah on this, they think, oh my god, that's a bot. Bots will just ask if you are interested in earning money quickly, or if I've heard of Jerkmate. That's what bots do. They don't actually ask, like, hey, what's your favorite pizza? Or, well, that's not a weird question, but you know what I mean. They don't ask, like, math test questions, like, if there are 3 kittens on a Sunday, how many apples will be there when it rains? Wait, huh? Someone made a bot to actually emulate human for conversation, dropped in my chat. Yeah, man, chat gets lonely. Of course, I hate bots filling up the chat because I want to talk to real people. This bush is the wrong color. But it's okay. Because we can fix anything with a little bit of airbrushing. Just smooth airbrushes. Outside of the occasional, do you want to be famous? Click this link here. I haven't seen other bots. Yeah. The only other bots in chat that I usually see are like the chat bots that are like, be sure to use code PUFFER for 10% off at checkout for your next G-subs purchase. But that's like there in the like the official part of chat, so I don't mind it. But at the same time, it does get a little annoying. Most people ask me, why do you not text? Just like talking in person better. It depends on like how, like, if for casual conversation, yeah, talking is fine. But if I'm like, need to text someone real quick, and they're like, hey, we're at a olive oil or something, a phone call would just be too weird, because it would literally last only 30 seconds. Never heard this sentence from anyone. You never call, you never write. That's me with a lot of people. I'm the one exaggerating conversation like 10 minutes in a row. Don't reply for days. Yeah, I mean, man, I have a few friends on Discord that I've been radio silent with for months on end, but it's fine. We're still friends, but we both assume that the other is busy. In different context, I should probably call him. I wonder if they're still living there. Oh, probably. Long distance relationship sucks. Yeah, even long distance friendships. Any sort of relationship, yeah, that kind of sucks. See, I'm also the kind of person where just because I don't call you doesn't mean I'm not thinking of you or that I don't care. It's just I'm just doing other things. But I know we're still friends because when we do call each other, we talk for like hours on end and we're just having fun. I haven't called my oldest sister, ever. Like, I never call people. I do not like talking over the phone. Like, on Discord is fine, because I'm already on my computer, so I can, like, do other things. But over the phone, I just don't like doing it. Because I feel like if I'm talking with someone over the phone, it feels kind of perceived to be rude when I just, like, put them on speaker and then go make coffee or something like that. It's like, what? I'm just... But that's just me being raised by, I don't know what the word is. I hate having to call people. Especially calling in for appointments. Oh my god. Ugh, I would literally rather die than try to make an appointment over the phone. God, it's just whatever's wrong with me, I'll just deal with it. You know? I hate doctor's appointments. Anyway. And some people don't. People realize it's schedules all the time. Because I've forgotten about, so I, lightly bad mood from it. Yeah, I get it. But if, like, it's also kind of on me as well, because I don't really encourage people to call me and, check up on me and whatnot, because when they do, like, how are things been? It's like, how do I tell them that I just went on a 3-month binge of consuming all of Transformers media because I just got so hyper-focused on it, and it was researching all the Transformers everythings because I want to write my own pitch for the show that I hope to be picked up by a studio one day. And I'm also trying to learn how to design and draw Transformers, but it's really hard to draw robots. But so I was also studying a bunch of car and doll anatomy so that I could accurately depict them and make designs that could also be easily translated into toys, because Hasbro is a toy company, so they're going to encourage designs that sell toys. But by doing that, I kind of sacrifice the point of it being my show and my designs, because I just don't draw robots or focus on toys and whatnot. So my usual default answer is, it's going. Because how do I tell a normie all of that? True story. This is actually what's been going on behind the scenes. Like, when my family asks what did you do today? And I can tell them about all of that, because they know me. They know I'm, I got the hyper-focus and the ADHD and whatnot, and I think about everything all the time. And I just info dump to my sister, my younger sister. But when, like, not really strangers, because I don't talk to people I don't know, but when people who don't know me that well ask me how things are going, I just lie and tell them that everything's fine, when it's not fine. I've just learned that RC has been depicted in so many different relationships over the course of the years. I'm just tempted to make her asexual so I don't have to deal with the shipping wars. Because they're robots, they're cybernetic beings from another planet. Why do I have to worry about who's dating who? But also, if you don't get who's dating who correctly, the fans are gonna scream at you. Say, "Well, I'm sorry." And I also had the revelation that Going back to this conversation, the Transformers Prime version of RC, while a very good written character, she's very fun and funny and sarcastic and witty, and I do like that. I admit, she's a great character, but what's always bothered me about her is that she's not RC. She doesn't act like RC. That's, like, RC's character is most typically kind of an airhead. And I get that if they wanted a strong female Autobot character, they could have just written Chromia, who was blue, and in a relationship with Ironhide. So if they just changed Cliffjumper to Ironhide and made RC Chromia, fixed. But no, they chose the name RC because it was already a big name in the property and they wanted to get the attention of the fanboys. It's like, see, look, we have RC. It was like, no, that's Chromia. You've even used her color scheme. That's Chromia. But a lot of people were like, who's Chromia? It was like, RC's the only female Autobot. It's like, no, she's not. There's Chromia, Alita 1, Moonracer, Firestar. Anyway. So in short, I've been fine. Things are fine. So that's been rewriting my entire personality for the past few months. I feel like I lose people whenever I bring up my hyperfixation because I know not a lot of people are as crazy about Transformers as I am because it's been a pinnacle part of my childhood for years. And it's all I can think about despite working on a Warrior Cats comic. But I digress. She was also a motorcycle in the live-action depiction. Yeah, in the Bayverse movie, she was a weird motorcycle, but then she died immediately. But still, Chromia... Well, actually, in the original 80s, RC was not a motorcycle. I think she was like a little sedan, but I could be mistaken. Chromia is like the same size as RC, so she could have also been a bike. And Chromia is also, very bullheaded. She's a warrior. She thinks about hit first, ask questions later. She's also very athletic and a kind of a leader type. She's second in command to Alita 1, who was in charge of the battle going on Cybertron. So the way they wrote RC in Prime would have been a perfect fit for Chromia, but they named her RC because of copyright whatevers. I was like, well, you added Bulkhead when he easily could have been, like, Ironhide or literally anyone else. Brawn, even. That's the wrong color. I'm gonna add this, and then just... And also, I'm a little bitter about Transformers Prime RC because I liked TFA, and TFA was canceled to make way for Transformers Prime, so I'm just a little bitter about it, but, I'll forgive most of it. Because I understand why studios made certain decisions, but at the same time, you want to know, the production for Transformers Prime should have taken 2 years. But the studio wanted the show out now. So you want to know how long the writers and animators took to create the entire first season of Transformers Prime? The entire first season. 10 months. 10 months to fully write, design, animate, voice, and edit an entire season of Transformers. 3D animated as well, with half the budget. So, knowing that, those guys did great for season 1. I will never complain about the writing in that show ever again, because the studio said, you need to do this, we want these characters, budget cuts, so that means you need to kill Breakdown and get rid of Arachnid, even though Breakdown had a whole redemption arc that was going to happen, but since, Adam Baldwin was his voice actor, they said, nope, cut it, he's too expensive. And then they killed Dreadwing's character to cut down the cast. They brought Starscream back to the Decepticons just to return to status quo, undoing all of his character development as being a loner. And then studio said, the head said, I want a dragon in the show, and Optimus Prime needs to be green. So then the writers and animators and designers said, we'll pump the brakes on... We're gonna put a pin in Optimus Prime being green, but we'll add a dragon for you. And he's like, fine, whatever. Oh my god. Learning about the absolute nightmare that was the Prime production. It's like, you know what? I'll never complain again. I'll never complain again. Honestly, don't mind the change between character writing, for example, Bumblebee between animated and Prime. Yeah, but Bumblebee... Prime was trying to connect to the Bayverse movies, and then the studio wanted their own interconnected universe, which is why Robots in Disguise and Rescue Bots are all part of the Prime universe. Okay. One thing about Prime that right off the bat I did not like at all, and it's just a personal thing. I absolutely hate the sound that for them transforming. I absolutely hate that sound. It makes sense, but just the Transformers sound effect is, the... But in Prime, it's literally... It's like, grinding metal. Oh, no. So it's like, I get it. It makes sense. They're robots, and they're made of alloy, and, Transformer sound effects, grinding metal. But oh my god, is that just an ear screeching sound. I cringe every time they transform. But that's just me being an auditory person. I love I love the original sound effects. I'm not the biggest fan of the 80s show, but at least the sound effects were amazing and very iconic. Yeah, the sound effects are the best part of Transformers, and Transformers Animated had the best sound design, and I say that just because half of it sounded like Star Wars. If you listen to the first 3 episodes of Transformers Animated, half of the sound effects are from Skywalker sounds. Starscream's engines are Sebulba's engines from Star Wars The Phantom Menace. I guess that's why I liked it so much. I think what I'm gonna do here, here. Yeah. Also, I remember loving Rescue Bots. When Rescue Bots first came out, I loved it more than Prime. And it was because it was just very, cute and kind of hokey and corny and just them being silly. And I just really liked my Transformers being goofy. And it made me laugh. Transformers Rescue Bots is genuinely funny. I think somewhere in animated they must have used the Omnitrix sound. They might have. It looks like it was the same animation company, so they probably used the same sound effects. Gentle Giant's a classic trope for a reason. Yep. Anything that vaguely reminds me of the Iron Giant, I love it. Which is why, like, I know, like, most fans, and myself included, bitch about there being, oh my god, the human characters are so annoying. But Cody Burns from Rescue Bots was just adorable. And he was competent. He could take care of himself. So it wasn't like a, oh my god, save me, every episode. He was actually saving them half the time. I think the same guy, head of Omniverse, worked on animated. I think so. Because they also went for a superhero vibe with Transformers Animated. And Omniverse also was more of a superhero show. Which I kind of liked that route that Animated went with. And I think it'll be a while before we ever see a Transformers show like that again. And I'm fine with it. If Animated is the only show like itself, totally fine with it. I'll just cherish it forever. Kind of sad we never got a season 4, but with what the studio wanted them to do for season 4, ugh. I think I'll just it'll live on in our memory cores for all eternity. I am not liking how this background is turning out, but I'm gonna take a quick break, a quick bathroom break, and I will be right back. Right back. Exospace, you are absolutely right. The action in the Bayverse movies, fuck. That is, you're absolutely right. I bend the knee. I concede. Bay movies have the best action. And I've rewatched the 2007 movie, the first one, recently, and it's so fun. It's just fun. The only thing I really don't like about the Bayverse movies is how damn cringe they are half the time. And how everyone is like this unreasonably mean. Like, everyone is an asshole in those movies. Which I get it if that's your type of humor. But personally, if I have to pick the best Transformers movie as a whole, I'd have to say it's Predacons Rising. That's the Prime movie that came out after the series finale. While the original movie does slap, it's kind of all over the place. But it also has to do with Unicron and whatnot. Yeah, I am not sure about this background. It looks too tranquil. Okay, maybe that one is fine, but this top bit needs to change. Did we die? Okay, no, we're still good. I remember. Yeah, but I didn't tangle it unless who knew he could dance like that. That was pretty funny. Except, I think, personally, it would have been a lot funnier if she said it was Ratchet, like it was in the movie, because, of course, we're making fun of Bulkhead. But, yeah, that was pretty funny. I made messages are loud once. Am I over apologize? It's fine, Waffles. Oh, that's the issue. There. Okay, select this and just stretch it to there. There we go. Speaking of that episode where RC made that joke about Bulkhead running into the power lines, I know a lot of people had a problem with that episode because it's like, how can the Transformers survive the vacuum of space but not the freezing temperatures of the Antarctic? Well, the Antarctic is not just cold, but it's also wet there. The vacuum of space has little to no moisture. So when they can survive the vacuum of space just fine because there's no moisture clogging their joints and valves and whatnot. But when they were in the Arctic, there's also all that snow, which is just water. So when that froze in their system, it was making them cramp up. They were dying of cramps, basically. It wasn't that, oh, their engines are shutting down because that's how cars act. No, it was moisture. But they never say it like that because the, what do they call it? Fire extinguishers were rough on their systems. And that was a reference to the Bay movies. How they captured Bumblebee was basically with giant fire extinguishers. Because it's the moisture. And fire extinguishers isn't just water, it's a chemical compound, a mixture that is also an adhesive and an anti-inflammatory agent. But that's it. I don't remember the scene where the Autobot is in vehicle form and then drive. Wait, does anyone remember that scene where the Autobot is in its vehicle form, then its driver comes out of the car while it changes back? Is that from Rise of the Beasts? Because I haven't seen that movie yet. Despite being a rabid Beast Wars fan, I have not seen Rise of the Beasts. Yes, sir. Alright. Yeah, I haven't seen Rise of the Beasts. RC is also in that one, and from what I've seen, I like her design. I typically tend not to watch movies as soon as they come out, mostly because I'm broke as a joke and can't afford movie tickets. But also, I read a bunch of reviews from that film, and everyone and their dog said it was trash. So I just went, oh no, not another trash Transformers film. But then when I watched someone else talk about Peter Cullen's performance in the film, was like, oh, okay, I might give it a chance, just because I really love the Maximals and Predacons. They're a bit of my favorite part of Transformers, but I'll have to wait for it to, like, come out to the library or something before I watch it. I recently watched Beware the Batman, just because I checked it out. Playing it, found out. That and the rest. And the Dragon Age animated series I watched last night while drinking a bottle of wine. Dragon Age animated series. Do you mean American Teenage Dragon? Or is there something else called Dragon Age? There's so many dragon-themed whatevers out there. It's because dragons are cool. But I can't keep track of it all. Okay, this looks too much like clouds. It's an IP called Dragon Age. It's from a... Oh, it's a game series. Okay. I was thinking of, like, Dragonlance or something. It's like, they made a Dragonlance game? Or show? But yeah, it's called D&D. I feel like I'm doing too much. Well, maybe if I just blur it. Okay, let's just try this. Better. I still cannot get over the fact that Knockout Wolf whistled Optimus Prime when he first saw him in that episode. That was just, oh my god. They were pushing boundaries with Knockout's character at the time. Sweet rims. 24 gauge. I still don't like it. There's something... Oh, they brought 3 crates of Juniper beer. Barely not old enough to... Don't drink... Who's gonna drink this 3 crates of beer? Oh my god. Damn it all, I don't know what to do for this bit. You know, see if I can add a noise layer or something. That might do something. That might... Where's noise? Noise. Motion blur, mosaic. Custom noise. Let's see what happens. If we put this on... No. Maybe... And then we... Why are you like this? I'm a Moldovan. Alcohol is in my culture. Oh, that is absolutely not what I meant to do. Son of a gun. Alright, okay, we're starting over. Custom noise, not pink. We made that a dark red. We made that a dark red. And then, okay, and then this is too peach. Oh, I think we're gonna do this and then make it less green. And this is my weapon. By the by, have you seen the Tales from the Empire little series? Yes, and I absolutely loved it. I don't know why people are pissed off about it. It was, mwah, so beautiful. Like, I didn't think before I needed a Morgan Elsbeth backstory, but now that I've got it, I absolutely love it. Our Dutch culture is American stereotypes. The only thing I know about the Dutch is apple pie. But I don't even know if that's even true. I found out what happens with Barris. Yeah, I didn't... Also, I cried. I thought it was like, yeah, Barris, whatever, finally arrested. Get what you deserve, biatch. But then when I watched her episode, it was like, oh baby, oh honey. She redeemed herself, and it's because she wasn't bad to begin with. The Jedi Temple, the Jedi were corrupt. Sure, she framed Ahsoka for it, but, you know, it's like... well, kind of. Northern part of Netherlands has a lot of apple pie. Okay, because, you know, it's called Dutch apple pie, but I don't know if it's actually Dutch. Okay, that looks better. For the longest time, I thought she was the seventh sister, but we never found out what happened to her. Yeah, same here, but then... That's so... It got me. It was so sad that she still had the compassion of a Jedi. That she comforted that scared child. And then that other sister just, blah, killed everybody when Barriss promised that child that everything was gonna be okay. And then that other Jedi was like, aren't you tired? She was like, aren't you tired of running? You don't have to run anymore. You could come back with us. And I'm just, oh my god. Oh my god, you're gonna, oh. Orangey. That was too much. There we go. Also, I did not realize just how good and how intelligent Morgan Elsbeth was. I thought the TIE Defenders was Thrawn's idea. But no. Some cops shot them. Oh no. Anyway, I thought that the TIE Defender project was Thrawn's idea, but no, it was Morgan's, and that just goes to prove that Thrawn is not a creative type. He is not an artist. He just takes other people's art and for safekeeping because he's the only one worthy of actually appreciating it. Like what Ezra said, you think you can just take whatever you want, things you didn't make, things you didn't earn. But a lot of people are like, Filoni is totally misrepresenting Thrawn's character. It's like, you know, I read some of the original books written by Timothy Zahn, who created Thrawn, and I'm just... A lot of fanboys are just sucking Thrawn's dick at this point. They're like, oh, but Thrawn's not actually a bad guy. It's like, yeah, uh-huh. And Starscream was totally innocent. Yeah, sure. Also, she stood up against Rook and beat him. She is terrifying. But I really wish Ahsoka was animated so that we could have more of those epic fights. Your son is totally innocent. No, he's not. He's a war criminal. He's a 4 billion year old war criminal that needs to answer for his crimes. Oh, the Dutch being rude people, cheese windmills, the entire country being Amsterdam clogs. Oh, God. I'd agree and say that a lot of people stereotype America as being as this gun-loving, yeehaw, honky-tonk country that puts ketchup on everything. But that is the vast majority of America. So it's like, I can't agree with the stereotypes for my country, but I can't really fully, honestly refute them either. You got the shame corner, Jet. Sit in the fucking corner! especially if you, like, take people from from, like, the North Cascades or the Northwest. Yeah, it's pretty much, like, if you hear a country song, that's that part of America, but it's just a little it's just exaggerated slightly. But some people are actually like that. Like, for my people specifically, the stereotype is, you know, big nose and eating bagels. I have a big nose and I like eating bagels, so, I can't exactly refute the stereotype, but I can't condone it either. It's a we know, but hey type situation. Craziest thing I've heard all week. Well, it's only Tuesday, so that's not really a challenge. Yeah, just stereotypes, not fact, only matter. So you treat people like they're all like that. Call them scam artists. It's common enough to... Yeah. Yeah, as long as you don't, like, assume or expect someone or a people to act the way they do because of what you think they should act, that's a no-no. But when I say that some Americans put cheese on everything, yes, 100%. But a lot of Americans are also lactose intolerant, but they still eat cheese anyway. So it's just a let's all have fun situation, but let's not get too carried away. We didn't have fun, but remember what stereotypes are. They're just jokes, really. They're all jokes. Like the stereotype song. Am I doing the sunbeam thing again? I was once called inherently racist for making a joke about that. People... Hello, I'm from Microsoft. Can you give me access to your computer? I hate it when people say, it was like, oh, you're being racist for doing an accent for a certain group of people. Like, as if accents aren't real. One guy went livid just from one joke, ruined the whole D&D group because he took it too seriously. Oh my god. Cheese on bread. We actually eat cheese and sandwiches, but with nothing but cheese. It's simple. You can easily make. It's delicious. So wait, cheese on bread. I don't mean to sound like an idiot here, but I think we have that in America, too. Where it's just 2 pieces of bread and cheese on a grill. So that the bread is nicely toasted on one side and the cheese is all melty and stringy. Ah, it's so good. Especially when you serve it with tomato soup. I know it's not grilled cheese. I know it's different, but yeah. Oh, not melted. Okay. gotta try that one day. It's making the grilled cheese is really good, especially if you butter the outsides of the bread. So when you put that on the grill, it's nice and evenly cooked, and has like the added flavor of the butter. But again, that is a lot of grease with the butter and the cheese. But it ensures that your bread doesn't stick or burn. If you add butter to it, it slides off the pan easily, and the bread is evenly cooked. Dry bread with Dutch cheese. Favorite type of cheese? Well, there's a cheese for every occasion. My go-to is extra sharp cheddar, but if I'm doing like a tuna melt, I prefer provolone, or any sort of sub sandwich. I prefer provolone, and then you put it in the toaster. Gouda's pretty good. I like smoked cheese. Or there's a thing, it's called port wine cheese, where it's basically just cheddar cheese that you base in port wine and then roll it in sliced almonds, and it is so flipping good on crackers. Pick Parmesan or Gorgonzola. Never heard of that. The only cheese I really don't like is cottage cheese. I absolutely hate cottage cheese. Everything about it is just disgusting. It's just curdled milk. I don't like it. Is it legit? Oh my... Guys. It's raining outside. Oh my god, it's raining. Oh, I'm so happy. It's raining, man. I'm gonna go out and get absolutely soaking wet. God bless Mother Nature. She's a single woman too. She brought on the heavens and rearranged the sky so that each and every woman could find the perfect guy. It's raining men, yeah! That song is so fun to sing at the top of your lungs, especially as a sing-along. Was flooded from the rain here. Oh no! Well, in my area, rain is like a blessing from the gods because it just never happens. Despite being known as the evergreen state, it hardly rains where I'm at. It's not green at all half the year. Shape on every angel and rearrange the sky. I actually probably shouldn't be singing like that because my voice is going because it's been so cold lately, but... It's raining men, yeah! Whoops, that's too much. Yeah, the weather's more bipolar than my uncle. I think that's too much light, but if I blend it out, it should be okay. Because they are being backlit. Actually, no, I'm gonna light her with the sun decal. And then up here, I'm gonna use the... Actually, who's talking up here? Okay, I'm gonna make it orange on this side, and then yellow on the other. 1 minute, and then it's sunny. Sounds like the UK. The weather's like that in April. Like, it'll be sunny and like spring weather, and then the next day we got 3 inches of snow. But it is May, so it should be mellowing out soon, because June is like the start of our summer. She bought a angel and rearranged the sky. Now I got that song stuck in my head. Damn it. Each day after another fellow. We were going through every season. Oh, goodness. If I didn't have so much coffee over here, I'd take a cough drop and try to heal my throat a little bit. It was so hot last week that we were all had the fans going. We were wearing shorts, had the windows open. Now, since it's been windy and whatnot, we just kind of didn't turn off the fans, so we had to like turn the heater back on because it went from 80 to 60 in like 3 days. Oh my god, that's not fair, man. I feel like I'm from another planet. Talking about our culture over here, country below sea level, we eat cheese on bread. What are we but aliens to each other, though? Humanity is more of an enigma to itself than an extraterrestrial ever could be. Of itself. Enigma of itself. But I think Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps summarized all of the world's problems in like a few words. All of the fighting came from, "You're not me." Roar. It's like, yeah, imagine that. There's only one of you and like 9 trillion of other people. Enigmas, you say? I'm gonna be right back real quick. I'm not gonna go on break, but I needed to ask my sister something real quick. Emergency. Hey, Zach? Yeah, it's raining. Look at that. Alright, I'm back. I didn't want the mail to drown. I like different forms you have. I just have different, because being a VTuber is too damn complicated, I just have these different PNGs programmed in for when I do, different emotes or have different situations. Because it's just fun. Because how boring it would it be if it was just my talking face the whole time? It's like having sprites on a video or, like, still frames from an animatic. But instead of manually animating them every time, I just hit a button and then boop. It's almost 10 a.m. for you. It is 12:50 p.m. for me. Which means it is supposed to be lunchtime. Which we will be ignoring for now. I will eat lunch later, I promise. Right now I have my coffee. Time for cheese on bread. I'm gonna put cheese on toast. Okay, that page is basically done. Oh boy, okay. Alright. White paws that should be actually smaller than this because she has small paws. The proportions in this frame are completely off, but shh, we're just ignoring that. Yeah, it still baffles me that there are people literally all around the world that can just tune into anything that they want to watch, and it's right there. The world of modern technology. You write down in a 24-hour. I should know the 24-hour format. My family is mostly military, but it never stuck with me. Actually, no, her tail's like that. Love, hate the internet. Yep. Oh, Snowblaze is also on this layer. Did I? Yes, I did. Okay. Can't remember if I had already rendered their eyes. I think I did that. I include getting the eyes fully colored as part of the line art, even though it's on a completely different layer. I don't know why I do it that way. I just... decided it was a thing. So there's a Hegel side. I don't know how to explain it. Did you guys just look it up? Okay, is it Hagelslag or Hagelslag, or am I just saying it wrong completely? Don't make normal people die, please. Oh my god. I have a very low tolerance for dad jokes. So, this is your first and only warning. It's whatever. Oh, God. I'm kidding, but also not. I don't know what it is with my low tolerance of puns. But it's a thing. You can still do puns and whatnot. It'll just basically... You'll just earn an eye roll and an ugh from me. I won't put you in timeout for it or nothing. He just said say it in normal people time. I just stopped because not running for a guy with that attitude. Yeah. Have you seen, you know, the one where the bread falls over is pretty funny, but have you seen those, like, bread falling over directed by Michael Bay? Because that one was absolutely hilarious. Because basically, it's the same video, and the bread falls over, but, like, an atom bomb goes off and it just explodes. It's hilarious. It's so stupid. I laughed at it for hours. Apartment complex? No, I think it's pretty simple. There you go, there's one. For the books. My sister's favorite is, you're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Why do people call it a restroom? I'm fighting for my life in here. I honestly have no idea why that's called that. Genuinely. Confuzzled. A 31-day mark. I'm gonna tell that one to my dad. He's gonna laugh at it. What monster have I unleashed? What hell hath I wrought? Alright, now let's do Snowblaze, who has not made a formal appearance in, like, the past 12 pages, and I apologize for that, because she's actually a really cute character. I don't know why I don't draw her more. She's actually more simple to color than Brindlefur, yet Brindlefur has had more of a spotlight than she has. I think it's honestly, this is me admitting my fault as a writer. I have not given Snowblaze any sort of character arc. And I'll admit, that's on my bad. That's on my bad. I think when I go on hiatus, I'm gonna give her more, you know, more to do other than just playing nursemaid. Because there's potential there, I just haven't properly utilized it yet. And that's on me. Same with, Short Tail's character. I know a lot of people hate his character in the comic, which I think is absolutely hilarious how much people hate Short Tail's character. But at the same time, he wasn't supposed to be hateable. You know, he wasn't supposed to be that annoying. I just miswrote him. Because he was supposed to be a, you know he's right, but he's being a dick about it, so you, like, just roll your eyes at him. But, I missed the mark on that one. Aren't you a medic? I had bad days. It's a monthly subscription to a country that you live in. Childhood. It's the free trial. Oh, God. Well, anything can be a free trial if you just ignore laws. YouTube, I'm not condoning tax evasion. Please, people, play your taxes, support your country, play your part. Those say, can you see by the dawn's early light, you know, bloody blah blah, cover my ass. Now that I got that disclaimer out of the way, personally, I think citizens should not have to pay taxes if the taxes they're paying does not properly represent them as a citizen. If the government is not going to produce a receipt giving proof to where all the tax money is going, I don't think y'all should have to pay. Totally do not commit piracy, wink. Oh my god, coloring the next page is absolutely going to kill me because there's like 7... There's 8 main characters. Why did I do that to myself? Plus Hotstar's kits. So, oh my god, why did I do that? God bless anyone who does Warriors comics for a living. There's so many characters. But this is practice for when I eventually get into animation, because if I think drawing 8 characters in one frame is gonna be hell, how about drawing 8 frames with 8 characters? Mmm. Gotta play Slay the Princess again, gotta love visual novels. Gotta love them. I'll just have it like this. I feel like I'm going to be in so much trouble this Thursday because I don't have any plans for a video this Thursday, and I know it's fine, but also next Thursday isn't going to have a video probably because next Thursday I have a dentist appointment and I'm just going to be in hell that whole day. So unless I have something, like, scheduled that'll premiere, or if I just pull something out of my ass, which, you know, I have done for the past 3 weeks. Oh well. This Transformers hyperfixation has been kicking my ass. Totally don't have a bias for bird-like characters. Don't know what you're talking about. What proof? Made a Transformers video then. I mean, I could. I have a few ideas, but for my videos, I also like to have art in the background that's related. So, like, when I was talking about my brain rot video, while editing that brain rot video, I scrambled to get those Transformers busts sketched out because I already had them started, but I scrambled to get them recorded just for the video to the point where I just don't like the way they look anymore and I have to fix them. But I'm just dying trying to figure out how to draw robots. So, I mean, I could make a Transformers video, but it really wouldn't be a Transformers video. It would mostly just be me saying, with an arrow pointed. The thumbnail would be like a picture of me with with an arrow and a red circle pointed around my face saying hypocrite. And then I talked about how I know I said I wasn't going to redesign official property characters, yet here we are. But I don't have enough material for a video like that yet. And I'm also working on another project. See you later, Waffles. And that project won't be ready for a while because it's a collab. So I'm also it's on me, but I'm also waiting on the other person to finish their side of the project so we can get together and script and record the video. But it's just been a slog on both our ends trying to get this project done. And we'll explain later, but there's a reason why it's taken us like a whole ass month to finish this damn project. Sales pitch already. Alright, then keep your secrets. And I'll tell you guys eventually. I just want it to be a surprise. There we go. Holy crap, it's coming out hard now. You know what's funny? I got up at like 6:30 this morning, stayed in bed till 8, and then figured, you know what, I know the forecast says it's gonna rain today, but the rain always goes around us, so I'm just gonna water the garden anyway in case the rain actually does go around us again. And then look at what the rain's doing. It is not avoiding us. So, whatever. I won't take this as offense. Gives me mad Kara vibes. Really? Really? Is it the eyes and hair? I don't see that. I mean, I don't like chocolate nearly that much. Especially with the knife, but... Oh, okay, yeah, well, that's actually based on a real knife I have. I think I said that when I was drawing them in that 10-hour stream, but... Yeah, that's just in case I need to tell anybody to shut up. What would you look at the time? Alright, see you later, Exospace. Green clothes, brown hair, and the eyes. I will try to have a good one. Did Kara wear green? She did, or they did. It was a green stripe. I thought it was yellow for some reason. It's been a while since I've engaged with the... Oops. With the Undertale fandom. It was a brighter green, to be fair, but still green. I don't hate humanity nearly that much. God, I hate wearing yellow. Well, I can 100% say it was not intentional. So I totally forgot about her when I was designing Rune. If I wasn't a coward about establishing lore for my channel and Sona, I'd actually have a few music videos planned that explore the air quote lore of Rune, but every time I think about establishing lore for Rune, I feel like I have to commit to the bit instead of just, you know, treating it as something for fun and not to be taken too seriously. But do you know who you're talking to? I take everything seriously except serious things. And obvious jokes. But even then, sometimes I take... My family says I take everything way too seriously. But then I'm like, that's because all your jokes feel like backhanded comments. So of course I'm gonna get slightly upset about it. It's like, oh god, you take everything way too seriously. It's like, you literally just called me a loser. Maybe that's fine by me. It's simply that your design reminds me of that, not like a copycat or anything. Yeah, I designed Rune after how I want to look and dress half the time. And because I feel like I tried to mix cottagecore and grunge because those are my two favorite aesthetics. Not like the real, like, not the, if you look up cottagecore, official cottagecore aesthetic, it's mostly like, sometimes beige and, overalls with and picking flowers and whatnot. But I like the cottagecore, you know, pinafores look, the pinafore look, and the actual being in the woods. If I were to mix grunge and cottagecore, it would probably make something like Corvid, not Covidcore, Corvidcore, which Corvids are, of the, you know, like ravens and magpies and whatnot. Which is cool, but it's not quite what I want aesthetically. Like I said, if I could somehow find a way to merge cottagecore and grunge, that would be the day. Because I'm trying to imagine living in a cottage in the woods, you know, seeing like a wood cabin, fire billowing out the chimney, the smell of freshly baked goods, and then you open the door and then you're suddenly hit by Accelerate! And tonight, take my hand off to Never Never Land. You know, it's blasting Metallica at the top of, at max volume in the middle of the woods. How fun would that be? Hey, I'm your life. I'm the one who takes you there. Hey, I'm your life. I'm forever there. Her version of your style is very pretty and it's very eye-pleasing. Well, thank you, man. Someone also said that my art style of cats reminds me of, like, the early 2000s, like, 2003 internet style. Which I took as a compliment, because I remember. Make you an NPC for a campaign. Hey man, go ahead. Despite wearing a sweater and jeans, my legs are cold. Hey, I'm your life. aren't the best for keeping your legs warm. Yeah, but they're the thickest pants I have. Because I don't want to just wear pajamas. I just did my laundry. They betray. I'm your only true friend now. They'll betray. I'm forever there. I'm your dream, make you real. I'm your eyes when you must steal. I'm your pain when you can't feel. Sad but true, I'm the truth, telling lies. I'm your reason, alibis. I'm inside, open your eyes. I'm you. Sad but true. I still wear jeans in winter, even though it's like, oh my god, you're gonna freeze to death out here. And not, like, shoveling the driveway in your jeans and a hoodie and not wearing any proper snow pants is like, hey, I'm wearing a hat and gloves, okay? Lay off. My body is naturally warm. Despite me just complaining about being cold. Like, it's just my feet that are a little cold, and that's because under my desk it's just naturally colder than the rest of my room. Or office. Because I'm in my office, not my room. Cold bothers me much. I prefer the cold over heat. I cannot stand, I've said this many times before, I cannot stand hot weather. My dad and I both agree, when it's cold, you can just put on a sweater, light a fire, it's fine. But when you're hot, man, there's so many layers that you can take off before you have to start peeling your skin. And also, the heat just puts me in a very foul mood. I can't help it. Anytime it's slightly above 80, I'm a total bitch. Up to 40 Celsius, I'm fine. Okay, what's that? Okay, thank you. 104 Fahrenheit. Thank you. 100, ugh, man. I was in Israel one time during the summer I mean, I'd say it was a vacation, but it really wasn't. It was more like an educational trip, and oh my god. It wasn't even that hot there, but it was also humid, so I was just miserable the whole time. It's like, I'm trying to enjoy the Holy Land, Lord. I really am, but oh my god, why'd you have to choose a place that's right next to the ocean and in the middle of a desert? To be fair, it wasn't a desert a full desert at the time when he picked it as the Holy Land. That's when I start. Oh, anything over 80 to 85. That's my limit. Because then I'm just, ugh. You want me to do what? Outside? Honey, no. Unless you don't mind me dressing like a hooker, then I ain't going outside in that weather. I'll just peel my skin off. I don't know if this is TMI or whatnot, but I absolutely... Because my mom isn't bothered by it as much, but I'm just, Ma, you don't have a big booty. Or big boobs. I have to deal with undercarriage sweat, and that is just awful. Don't mean to say she doesn't have a big booty, but, you know. Oh, his left side has star. Okay, yeah. I think I made it the same color as... I keep forgetting he has some stars there. That he never got treated. Actually, no, there should be a little bit more red. You can't even see him, but I have... Okay, I'll add the line art, and then I'm gonna go back and check and see if I forgot that there's ever a point where you can see his stars. These are not the stars you're thinking. These stars come from earlier in the comic when he was holding back Ivy Whisper and Shorttail to stop from killing each other, and Shorttail scratched him. Unintentionally, he didn't mean to do it, but he was really just pissed off, so he wasn't thinking clearly. Because I know YouTube gets a little freaky whenever you put stars on the forearm in any sort of way. So I'm just going to say, these aren't the stars you're looking for. Wait a minute. Save. Good gravy. Alright, no, it's low here. I'm inside, open your eyes. I'm young. That's one of my favorite Metallica songs. I mean, if you can't already tell, since it's featured in one of my videos. You know what I'm gonna do? I won't tell if you won't. Shh. Our little secret. Nobody has to know. You know, it ain't cheating if it's my own art. Besides, shortcuts are common practice among the artist community. Especially for comics. I guarantee you, your favorite comic has copy-pasted backgrounds and has their characters' heads set as a stamp, so they don't have to redraw the head every time. I guarantee it. The panel's too small for me to add the... you know what? I'll add it anyway. There we go. Because of the way that comic is set up, I hardly get to do any, like, over-the-top anime backgrounds. With, like, the exclamation points and the lightning in the background. Earlier in the comic I did, but that's because I just had a different art style back then. Alright, I'm gonna put these 3 frames on the same layer. No, I'm gonna do the dirt. There. I just need to fill in all these damn pixels. What? Brainwave. And there we go. Well, most of them, anyway. And there is a little space in between here. So if I do this, what layer is that supposed to be on? Oh, that layer. Okay. And then for the little bits in between, it can be a different color. You know, do and deep, expand by 1. There we go. Now it doesn't have that white, weird pixelation when I zoom out. Except for you. Right. Oh, damn it all. Actually, hold on. Don't have to keep this bit, because since it's going to be the same background, I can just copy paste it later without having to worry about overlap. There. Now these two are going to be slightly different because there's yelling. Stop it. No. We press on. My coffee's getting cold. There was 100 chocolate at the bottom of my cup. Excuse me, what's wrong with that? Something's off with that one. Yeah, let me just pour that in there. I might just need a whole new pot after I'm done here. It's cold. Hey, I'm your life. I'm your drug, your shelter. You know what? I'm gonna expand it by 2 because I'm sick of dealing with these damn pixels. I usually have my pixel expansion for the bucket tool on 2, but for some recent projects, expanding it by 2 was just too much. It was too much. Oh, kill me. Now, I copied the rock from there to there, so I think I'm also going to do the same thing. Just going to copy-paste it over. And boom, it's a rock. I'm gonna add slightly deeper shadows here. If you ever get into digital art, the lasso tool is a lovely tool. It's a lovely material to work with, aluminium. Whoops. It's just... It's so versatile, and it makes rendering and cleanup so much easier, especially since Medibang added this new feature of the lasso eraser. If any of you have noticed, I've been utilizing the fuck out of that feature. Oh my god, such a time saver. Well, I've been at it for, what? God. I want to say 10 plus years, but digital art is relatively, is a relatively recent. Wait. I want to say 5 years. No, because I'm 25, 20, 18, 19, 5, 19, 18, 20, 20. Okay, it is a... Yeah, 8 years. I've been doing this for 8 years. Digitally, anyway. In general, since I was 2. I've been officially trying at YouTube for 4 years now. Even though my account is like 13 years old. But that's a carryover from what I had from my Google Plus days. Y'all remember Google Plus? God. I miss Google Plus so much. It walked so the Amino app could trip and fall on its face. Because what the hell was that, Google? Why did you get rid of Google Plus? It was literally the best thing ever. It was a multi-fandom interconnective platform. If you could find a group, it was basically a forum, chat place, advertisement. I got my first commission on Google Plus. Really happy and I found your channel. Oh boy, Amino. Oh god. When it was first starting out, Amino was really cool. I was mostly banking on it working because Google got rid of Google Plus, so I was screaming for it to work because I didn't want it all to be I didn't want Google Plus's sacrifice to be in vain. And technically, Amino is still going. It's still an app that a lot of people still use for their fandoms, but I guess every other fandom that I'm a part of is just dead. The rock keeps getting bigger in every other frame. It's pretty dead and so damn buggy. Servers fall. I see. I got bored with it after I graduated. Because at first, you know, it was all about Google Plus, and Google Plus was the huge thing. But then when Google Plus died, everyone jumped ship to Amino. And it was like the perfect place to host fandoms and communities and interact with your group. Because that's really what it was. It was a fandom hosting site, which I really liked. Google Plus did it and was less buggy. Sure, I mean, Amino was more organized and more easily accessible. That's for darn sure. Was in place of it. Reddit, I guess. Yeah, I started fooling around with Reddit, but there's nothing on Reddit that keeps me engaged, aside from, like, forums and whatnot, or, like, in Ask groups. But in its I still don't know how to use that damn app, the damn website, because every time I try to post something, it's like, wait, I have to be a part of a group to post something, because I've gotten so used to DeviantArt where you can just post things and it doesn't have to be in a group. You can just have it on your page. But for Reddit, you have to have it in a group. Which, I mean, is fine, but it's not... It's not new user-friendly, in my opinion. I use it for D&D memes. Some fandoms see. Yeah, yeah. Like, if you can make Reddit work, Reddit's a great place. But I just keep losing interest in it. Like, I started... Like, I have a Reddit page, technically, but it's kind of dead space. Just crickets. Not dead space, that's a game. It's just crickets. I only keep it in case, like, one of the other YouTubers I follow has, like, a Reddit community thing, and then I'll go check it out. Just to see some memes. But other than that, it's gone. Alright, now we copy, paste, Control T, and shimmy. Now, folks, don't worry your little hearts. I am a professional. Hang on to your butts. Did that rhyme? Oh, I don't even know. Can't wait to meet you. Hearts and butts do not rhyme. Fine. Phew. Alright. One more layer. You are one cheating buccaneer. I'm just gonna do this and end it. Because, holy crap. This hurts, man. That's wrong. I was literally wheezing. I could not fucking breathe. I don't know why that one got me. I know a lot of... Side note, a lot of people say, oh, being a streamer is so easy. You just, you know, sit there and talk. It's like, okay, first of all, it's not easy because, holy shit, sitting here is so tiring. And I'm not just sitting here, I'm also doing other things. Okay, what do you think what do you actually think I do all day? Aside on stream. And talking is very hard on your voice if you ain't used to it. Also, there are so many bits on my streams where if they are clipped out of context, holy shit, I'm done for. You know? I really hope, like... There are some bits where I've said it and then immediately thought, oh god, please, no one clip that. I'm gonna get canceled. So I don't say anything, because if I say, please don't clip that, people are gonna clip it and then send it to the lolcow freaks, and then I'm done for. Especially that 10-hour stream. I don't know how or what possessed me. Yeah, because usually when I'm sitting here and listening to music, or just recently I've just had Transformers Armada on a playlist. I'm currently at the part where they've just put together the Requiem Blaster. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just watch Armada. It's such a funny show. Transformers Armada. It is a time capsule in the Transformers fandom. It is really good. It's most famous for its depiction of Starscream as being the most understandable and relatable and likable version of the character, but yeah, but on stream, it's all on me. And, you know, chat keeps the entertainment going as well, so it's not solely my responsibility. But as the streamer, you have to engage with chat, and it's a give and give situation. Which, for an introvert like myself, is a lot of work. And I can't just, like, go get up randomly and get a sandwich or something. It is draining, but it's not, like, exhausting in a way. Now, for me, streaming games, oh my god, that was so exhausting. Because when I play games, I veg out. I totally zone out, and I, like, never talk, never speak. So when I was, like, trying to stream myself playing Plants vs. Zombies and Ultimate Custom Night, that was also, it was really draining because I was also trying to focus on playing the game and being good. Even though I'm not good at video games at all, I just play them to have fun. Except Plants vs. Zombies. I'm pretty good at Plants vs. Zombies. I've beat the game twice. I'm just trophy collecting now. Achievement collecting. You're getting too focused into what you're doing. Yeah, like the first 10 minutes of any stream, you know, before anyone shows up, is just me going. Especially since I also have this whole dialogue going on in my head at any given moment. So when I decide to say something out loud to people, I have to backtrack in my head like 3 hours worth of dialogue so I can explain to people what I'm what I'm thinking and what brought this up. So yeah, it's a whole thing. So for anyone who says streaming is easy, they are obviously have never tried it. Have never tried to entertain a whole chat room full of people. Or, I think streaming is more draining when there's no one around, because then you're like, why the fuck do I even bother? Which is like when I was first streaming, it was just me and crickets in the chat, so my streams would only last like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours if you were lucky. Because I would just sit there working and feel, God, this is so boring. No one's gonna watch it. Try to keep conversation going. But of course, when I try to keep conversation going by myself, you know, I have this weird tendency, and I've noticed it more since streaming and recording, that I just take awkward pauses between my sentences, especially when I'm focusing on something else. When I'm talking and working, random pauses. And it's never been brought up to me before because my family is like, oh yeah, you always act like that, so we never bring it up. And it's like, well, now I'm self-conscious about it because I've noticed it. But when there's people in chat, it's like, hey, yeah, I can like at least talk to someone, or they can say some random bullshit, and I go, what the hell, man? And then we're having fun. But it's also kind of draining because because not only do you have to work and talk about your own thing, but you also have to be mindful of chat and read what they have to say. Now, some streamers just ignore chat, and I hate those streamers. Because what's the point of streaming if you're just going to ignore people in the chat? I talk with myself when I'm not having one on chat. Yeah, I did that too. One thing that's easy for me to do is to keep myself talking is I play games where there's no voice character, so I do the voice. Yeah, that's true. Take weird pauses, yeah. Also, when recording videos, I had not noticed just how out of breath I am all the time when recording. Like, if I'm in person and talking to you, I'm a chatterbox. But when it comes to, like, streaming and recording and, you know, for, like, making videos and whatnot, it's like my whole chest does eat. Restricted airflow. So now I'm just... half of the hours it takes me to edit videos is just me editing out the... or the weird pauses between my words. You know, like, exactly like that. And it only happens when I'm recording audio, but mostly because... it's probably because I'm also reading instead of just talking. So there's a million factors involved. But it's like, you only notice it until you record yourself, and then you get super self-conscious about it. I so love to stream if they're voice characters. I react to the dialogue with my own input. Yeah, some like games like that are easier to stream because there's, you know, a little give and take and whatnot. But for the games I like to play, or at least the games I have that I wouldn't mind streaming, are, you know, like FNAF and Plants vs. Zombies. Even though I'm shit at FNAF. I think FNAF would be more fun if I had a webcam because with the PNG, you guys can't see me biting my nails and going, because when I jump out of my seat, and I've nearly thrown my mouse a few times when playing FNAF, which is entertaining to watch when someone has a webcam, but I don't have a webcam, and I don't think I will ever get a webcam, so those kind of reactions, which are the reactions I have, just aren't gonna just can't be shown. Unless I somehow record myself and then rotoscope animation on top of it, which, holy hell, who's got the time for that? If you want to see my kind of reactions to jump scares, just watch Pezzy's channel. Just watch him play a horror game. It's P-E-Z-Z-Y. I think it's 2 Z's? It might be 3. I don't know. I think it's 3 Z's on Twitch, but it's 2 Z's on YouTube. I don't remember. He's got a soda can for an icon. When he plays horror games and he gets a jump scare and flies out of his chair and knocks his headphones off, that's kind of how I react. Which is a reaction you shouldn't have when playing Ultimate Custom Night, because you gotta hit buttons. One thing I struggle with is when I'm editing my audio for auditions is, so let's see how much I stuttered. And which deliveries were awful. Yeah. Acting is a little different, just then you can put a little bit of energy in, like a different kind of energy into it. But there's a reason why you pay professionals to voice act, because I've tried it and it's not fun. It is fun, but it's not easy. Like some dumbasses think it is. Whoever thought acting is easy is okay. If anyone I'm talking to assumes acting is easy, it's like, yeah, acting is so easy and whatnot, I'm either like, okay, you're an idiot or a pathological liar and think as acting as lying, so it comes easy to you, therefore I don't trust you. Because even actors will say it's not easy. Like, I can talk about it now because I didn't get the part. I auditioned for a Scribbler Productions Halloween extraordinaire for a creepypasta reading. I auditioned for the role of Fluttershy because she's the only one of the main 6 I can probably imitate, except Applejack, but I don't have the right voice for Applejack. At least I don't think so. I didn't get the part, but yeah, just me trying to imitate Fluttershy's mantra. And it's not just imitating the voice, it's also imitating how they say words. And, you know, where they put the emphasis and the pauses and whatnot. Still gotta land a dream. I gotta get myself a mic arm and a pop filter as soon as I improve. Yeah, I got this bitch-ass mic here, which I didn't realize the last video was picking up my voice that much, so the audio sounds a little bit poopy. Which I didn't realize. I apologize. That's on a different layer, okay. Oh, okay. The thing is, I also kind of want to get into voice acting with just my regular voice, because I don't want to be, like, typecasted as a certain character, because I like it when some voice actors are just using their regular voice, because I think it's so funny. Because if you have to pull a voice for too long, it's gonna shatter your cords. I mean, just look at Tara Strong. She's been in the voice acting game for decades. And her singing voice is shot. And now you're feeling upbeat. Well, that is not what I meant to do. One thing that I have a plan is to do a little voiceover for the Bad Batch. Just to experiment with voice demo, I guess. Yeah, if you, like... that would be one thing to do for, like, as practice and as a voice demo, is to just do voiceovers for certain things. The Bad Batch is probably... that would show your range. Because if you can do a Crosshair, a Hunter, a Tech, and an Echo, and a Captain Rex... if you can D. Bradley Baker your way into animation... or voice acting, you're set. My only regret is I'll never get to hear Wrecker saying doobie 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 dooba. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. Now someone has drawn the clones singing the Phineas and Ferb theme song, which was really funny. I do the Reaper voice from Overwatch and the effect. My voice, I'm feeling like sandpaper in my throat afterwards. Yeah. But here's another thing about voice acting. You don't have to sound exactly like the character if you can just add a filter over your voice. Like, prime example, this is gonna kill my voice because I'm not a professional, but this is the only example I can come up with. Like, Frank Welker voiced Soundwave in Transformers G1, and he also voiced him in the movies. In the Bay movies, and for Transformers G1, Frank Welker was using the same voice. However, with the filter that they put over Soundwave in G1, you'd think Frank Welker was just talking like, "As you command, Megatron." But no, he was not. He actually sounded like, "As you command, Megatron." But they just added a filter over his voice, so he sounded more synthetic and robotic. Frank Welker was just using his, like, Claw voice from Inspector Gadget. It was the same voice. And you knew, and I know it was the same voice, because in some episodes of G1, when they forgot to put the filter over Soundwave, he sounded just like Claw. Is it like Professor Claw or Dr. Claw? I don't know. I've never watched Inspector Gadget, but I know that bit of trivia. My Hunter is decent. I'm proud of my Crosshair record. Tech is still a bit tricky. Have you seen D. Bradley Baker talk about how he came up with the voices and what cues he uses for them? Because I loved that video so much. He was talking about how Crosshair, he thinks about a coiled snake ready to strike. I just gotta rewatch that. Echo is kind of grumpy. Tech is more British sounding and very easy breezy. I remember a while ago, I was like in an interview or something. For Rex, he thought of a certain word so that he could bounce between their voices and not get confused on who was who. And for Rex, he thought of the word sturdy. Or something like that. I was like, yeah, Rex is pretty sturdy. Because that's the thing I like I like about D. Bradley Baker's performance. Despite them being the same voice actor and being clones, no one of the clones ever looked or sounded the same. Sorry, I bumped the mic. They all sounded distinctly different from each other. And that's what I love about that series. They're all definitively different. Gave them different names. Retro was Smacker, Tech went with Cybercross, there was called Bullseye, and Hunter was still Hunter. And Omega... Omega's so cute. My name's Omega. I was wondering when you guys would get back. Went with Alpha. Echo was called Mirror. And made him a mute changeling. That's interesting. It's Omega from earlier? In the corridor? Yeah, we know who you are, kid. You actually want to sit with us? That's never happened before. I love that show so much. It hurt me. Despite that series literally causing me the most pain I've felt in a while, it was the best thing that's ever happened to me. Bad Batch. Okay, now are you thinking of the first episode of the show? Or are you thinking about their debut in Clone Wars Season 7? Because both are really good. Of the show, but the debut was awesome too. Yeah, you could tell in the debut they hadn't quite nailed down what everyone was gonna sound like or how their characters exactly were. But I really like debut Crosshair. Because, you know, he and Wrecker are joking around. They're having, like, counting challenges. Hunter was kind of making fun of Wrecker for being afraid of heights. He was like, don't worry, Wrecker. I'll hold your hand. And knock it off, Sarge. You know, just fun stuff. But in what we got in the main series was awesome as well. It's so weird to hear old Kanan as young Caleb. Yeah. Well, I think what they did is, you know, I'm gonna use a different color. I love their dynamic. Yeah. Yeah. This sibling dynamic is hilarious. Personality-wise, I'd say I'm closest to either Hunter or Wrecker, but I only say wrecker because I am actually insanely loud. And I like explosions. I like to blow things up because I like to blow things up. I'd be louder, but my voice is shot, so... Well, I'm convinced. And the fact that Echo was in an episode talking about, oh, he ain't... Hunter and Crosshair fight like this all the time. They'll work it out. And look, no blood this time. That's progress. Just genuinely laughing my ass off. Made them feel more human. Yeah. Which made it hurt so much when they just dropped like flies. The Umbara arc still traumatized me to this. It's so rough. That was my favorite. Yeah. I mean, I say it was rough and traumatizing, but I rewatch it, like, I rewatched it so many times, because it was so good. It was just good writing, good animation, good voice acting. It was just good. Everything about it was amazing. Fives and Hard Case are being the best thing ever. And come on, why'd they have to kill ADHD clone? I need my solidarity. Running in saying their clones stop firing. Yep. That bit. I love there's this meme saying Clone Wars is my comfort show, and it's just, then it says me watching it, and it shows the bit when Rex first realizes he shot a brother. He's like, he set his hands on his head going, oh god, what have I done? So yeah, Clone Wars is my comfort show. Me watching it. Ah! The Brain Invaders episode I did not appreciate at all. That was... I mean, it was good, but oh my god, it was just... I needed to blow my nose after watching that. I was just, oh god. Everything is bad. Stop it. Oh, I need a render. God. Alright, save. Okay. Can we not overheat, please? Bop. Bop and bop. Yeah, I felt that shit. I felt it in my soul. Also, this Zilla Beast episode gets me very emotional as well, because it makes me think of 1998 Godzilla. And it just hurts me, because that creature just wanted to live. He was removed from his home. He was scared. He was pissed off. He almost ended the Star Wars franchise right then and there if they hadn't shot him down. But oh my god, we got to see kaiju in Star Wars. I love it. I mean, depending on who you're asked, there really wasn't very many bad episodes. like I said, depending on who you asked. Personally, I think, you know, a lot of people, oh, the droid episodes are so bad and hokey and I think the droid episodes, like the vast majority of them, were just funny. Especially in the droid episode, like when they're lost in the desert, that's when we meet Gregor. And in the droid episode where C-3PO and R2 get lost on under a planet with an earthquake, that's where we get the Wolf Pack being the Wolf Pack. You know, my favorite crew. I love Maul. When Maul came back, being was like the new legs that make you look taller. Yeah, that was hilarious. Obi-Wan being a sass master in that show was absolutely amazing. Because he was just sassy with everyone. He and Satine were amazing. I'm sad it ended how it did. Yeah, it was in plot order. Yeah, that was annoying. I kind of liked it. Yeah, I like it a little bit because it's like, oh yeah, we're being dropped in the middle of a thing. I like how each episode kind of started off like a 1940s newsreel in the theaters. But yeah, it not being in continuity order is what turned off a lot of people. But when you watch it in continuity order, there's very few things that aren't, that are different. So they kept, like, they may not have aired in order or been written in order, but the continuity was mostly the same. So there wasn't any huge contradictions that I remember. So that was pretty impressive that they were able to have those episodes be out of order and then come back and retell that story. But having the first episode of Clone Wars with Yoda and the clones, while technically being in chronological order, while technically that would have been like episode 20 or something with the timeline, it being episode 1 was inspired because it established the Jedi's relationship with the clones, and that the clones were each individuals and very different from each other, and the fact that the Separatist droids are so damn funny. I quote that episode on the daily. I was like, we won't fit in there. Sure we will. Watch. You were right. Next time, just listen to orders. Like, that was just too funny. But I just got promoted. I only mind it when, yeah, you want a marathon Clone Wars. Yeah, I get that. I really like that bit when Obi-Wan is fighting Grievous, and while running away, Obi-Wan kind of like back deflects a shot from Grievous, and one of the droids goes, well, that was impressive. And he gets socked in the face by Grievous. That was amazing. Well, I guess I'm the captain now. Which is funny because in the movies, the droids were also very sassy. Like, in the, Revenge of the Sith movie, when Grievous takes the lightsabers away from the droid goes, "You're welcome." You stupid little astro droid. Not in a natural scene, but I love the interaction of. I never thought I'd fight side by side with a Clanka. How about dying alongside a fellow slave? Yeah. I could rant and rave about the politics of Star Wars being bullshit all the live long day. Not bullshit as in, like, that's bad writing, but it's just, like, how it shows. How the Clone Wars was rigged from the beginning. I know a lot of people think the politics was boring, but I think the episodes that focused on the politics of Star Wars, you know, the war, because war is mostly politics, were actually very interesting. And they found ways to explain politics to children. So that's very impressive. I'm gonna shorten this sunbeam a little because I'm not in my beam era anymore. That's how some business tycoons will do literally anything to turn a profit. Like the Pikes were literally poisoning Mandalorian children to turn a profit because it was cheaper. They cared absolutely nothing for the children they were hospitalizing. Why would they? On their side of the diplomats and politicians, yeah. I loved Tales from the Jedi because we got to see that Dooku wasn't, you know, he didn't start out, he wasn't just evil, and he wasn't a bad guy. He just had a lot of anger and hated corrupt politics, which, yeah, me too, buddy. And literally one of the only things keeping Dooku on the side of the Jedi was his friendship with Qui-Gon. Because Qui-Gon was his kind of, despite him being the apprentice, Qui-Gon was Dooku's moral compass. And absolutely, that line with all I want to is bring peace and order to my galaxy, and then Master Yaddle says, how many people have died for what you call order? And then he says, then let me give you peace, Master Yaddle. It's like, oh! That was so... How many died for what you call order? Well, then let me give you peace. Oh. Salivating. So good. That's just good dialogue. Ahsoka might have been my biggest childhood crush. I get it. My biggest childhood crush. Aside from Optimus Prime. It'd have to be a childhood. Aside from Optimus Prime, I think my biggest childhood crush was probably Chekhov from Star Trek. I didn't really have a lot of crushes on people from Star Wars when I was a kid. When I got older and realized what I like, General Grievous's voice was amazing. Hey, the extra arm. Nothing like that. It was just the filter on his voice. Like, I really liked his voice. But most of my childhood crushes, I realized, was just me wanting to give the characters a hug. But I'm not sure if I should count half of these characters as childhood crushes. Just couldn't pass the joke. A lot of fan fiction was read, okay? A lot of fan fiction was read. But yeah, if I'm being honest, it was like, oh, childhood, yeah, I had so many crushes. I had a lot of crushes from my childhood. It was like, well, but actually, it was just me wanting to give the characters a hug. So I don't think it actually counts. But Optimus Prime, as a kid, was a big one. Huge, embarrassing crush on Optimus. Not so much anymore. More of a Megatron girl. A mega whore. I don't know what to call it. Wow. Funnily enough, I have never had a crush on Bumblebee or Ratchet. Despite Ratchet being my favorite character, one of my favorite characters, never had a crush on him. Mostly a dad figure. And Bumblebee just seemed too much like adorable younger brother. So I never was interested in him like that. Like, I've never had a younger brother. But I always saw Bumblebee as that kind of figure. Even knockoff characters like Hotshot, never. It was just an annoying younger brother. And I am gonna say that page is done if my system doesn't crash. Thank you. I'm gonna come back and fully render these later because I'm still not sure about this top bit here. Because like, at a distance, I think it looks okay, but like up close, I'm just not too sure about it. But this page ain't due for like another 2 weeks, so I think it's fine. I'm fine. I liked this one. This one's turned out pretty well. But other than that, I think for now, I'm gonna call it here. Stream-wise, anyway. What's next? Is page... yeah. Holy crap, this one's gonna be so hard. Doing the line art for this bit here was so time-consuming. God, it took so long to do. I'm not one to judge. RC might be my second biggest one. And why I got a love for motorcycles. But there was this series called Stormhawks. I had an odd crush on the mechanic girl. I've never heard of Stormhawks, but I might check it out. It is along with, what was that other show you brought up? Like Genetics Rex or something? Generation Rex. That's what it was. It was like Generation Rex. I'll check that out with Stormhawks. Yeah, Generator Rex. Okay, I'll check those two out. Actually, now that I think about it, a lot of my childhood crushes were just monsters. I am a through and through monster fucker. Raise your glasses to Godzilla. Oh my god, he is one sexy motherfucker. Yeah, I'll drink to that. Yeah. The 1998 Godzilla was very sexy looking. He had a six-pack and everything. The new... Not new Godzilla. King of Monsters Godzilla. Very handsome. Very handsome. Squared off jaw. Come on. Thick bod. The Karathan from the Aquaman movie. Mwah! So sexy. The Predators from the Yautja Warriors from the Predator series are oh so sexy. I'm gonna have to give a pass on Xenomorphs because... Now, while I say Queen, the Queen Xenomorph, one beautiful lady, but I'm not like... I don't wanna... I'm not... No, okay, explain your case with Xenomorphs, because those face huggers and chest bursters are deal breakers for me. Anything that has to claw its way out of me is no. No, despite it being an allegory for forced, late-term abortions, I'm not... I mean, is it just the facehugger thing being, you know, deep-throating a facehugger? Is that it? Or is it the hissing, sound effects? Because, my goodness, my favorite line of dialogue from any Aliens movie is... Shivers every time. First line of dialogue the Queen says is... It says, ah! Inspirational. Love it. What would the queen xenomorph do? Should get blown out of an airlock, that's what. Okay, I'm going to... I'm not into that part, but I love the aesthetic of a long, slender body, tail, shiny facelet top part of the head. The tongue, also, the tongue is a mouth, so... Okay, so you mean, like, monster fucker as in you fuck with that, not as in... not a sexy thing. Okay. I'm going to switch gears real quick. Hold up. I am moving the chat portion of the stream to the back end. Because I need to take a physical break, so I'll just sit back and relax and chat. The behind the scenes. Yeah. I'm trying to think about, aside from, like, because I didn't hear about Transformers until, like, 2007. And by 2007, I was 9. So I guess that's still childhood. Yep, still got the hood on this one. I don't think I'll be redrawing these sprites anytime soon. It's just for the, for the main ones, for the chibi stream ones, I just decided to ixnay the hood because I was so sick of drawing so many details. Do we count Venom as a monster? He counts because he's less humanoid, and the parts that people like about Venom in that way are very non-human. Like, come on. They had a whole design and animation team just dedicated to his tongue. And I'll say no more on that. I think that's my body giving me a sign that I need to cut caffeine, or at least slow down on it, because I've been getting acid reflexes for the past 2 days. Oh well, ignoring the signs. How much do you have? I only have, like, a mug right here. And over there. And another one over there. But hey, I've been drinking water as well. I've been drinking water. Alright, let's just have a quick water break. It's not more than what I usually drink, so calm down. It's also that I haven't had lunch yet. I think, okay, yeah. This is where I'm also gonna have the, chill out cooldown period for any stream. Feel like you're getting close to a healthy limit of caffeine. I don't even want to tell you about the monster can that's also next to me that I haven't opened yet. I haven't opened it yet, but it's looking very tempting. Caffeinated and sore. The artist combo. Not the title of the stream, but what's on the thumbnail. I'm gonna go get lunch. So, thank you all so much for watching, whether you watch live or after the fact. Either way, I love you. If you've made it to this point, like, after the fact, wow. Anyway, no future plans for the, for any videos just yet. I'm getting concerned for your heart. Well, shush. I will not tell you about my family's history of heart problems. No, not around here. Honestly, if I'm gonna die, it's probably going to be because of my own stupidity. Ergo, I ignore congestive heart failure. Shush, there's supposed to be ending stream, not a call-out post. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, the next 2 weeks... no. I hope to, finish working on the comic in the next stream. Like, by the time the next stream rolls around, I will be at least mostly done with the comic, caught up to a point where it's going to go on hiatus, but it will be continued posting. So, I will need a new project to be working on in the meantime before Art Fight kicks off. I might just be doing random illustrations for that time, or just doing random fan art or sketch dumps. Who knows? But I hope to be done working on the comic consistently by the next stream. Maybe even the next 2 streams if I need more time, because I'm also working on like 3 other projects behind the scenes away from YouTube. Or, you know, just behind the scenes, getting ready for YouTube. So there's that. Also, like I've said in the past few streams, since it is getting close to summer, not quite yet, but starting probably middle of June to July and August is going to be my summer schedule, in which I will be streaming mostly at night or early evening. Or maybe even very early morning. Who knows? Probably mostly at night. The streams by then will probably hopefully be less chaotic because it'll be at night and I'll have to be quiet so as not to disturb my sleeping family. And as always, I will be posting like heads up for any schedule changes on the community tab. So keep your eyes on that. If you want to keep up to date with all the ongoings of the channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And blah-de-blah-de-blah. Anyway, I'm gonna go get lunch and use the bathroom and drink water and hug your mother. Oh, that's not my outro. And I will see you all probably in the next stream, because this week we might not see a video. Anyway, bye-bye.